And we're back. Samantha is a burrito. Look at her. Look at her.
Burrito.
She's literally a little burrito lady. Look at that. Look at that.
Carne asada.
Her name is Samantha Lopez, and she likes tacos.
My name is Samantha Lopez, and I like tacos and burritos.
Well, Beaners, we did it for you. We literally wrapped her up like a little bean, like the little bean burrito she is, for this very special episode of Spoil the Beans. It's a bean burrito.
I am a bean burrito.
You are, and you're beautiful today. How's it going?
It's going well.
It's a good day. Today is Thursday. It's a beautiful day. It's game 2 of the finals today.
Oh boy.
A lot of good things are happening. Samantha Lopez, so excited you're on this. So excited you're back. Today is a big day.
Is it?
It's a very big day. Today's episode is very special. Today's episode is the essence of what Spoil the Beans is all about. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. What is Spoil the Beans about? Are you a new listener? Hello. Welcome to the family. You're Mexican now. That's what our podcast is. You start listening, you become a Mexican.
You become a Mexican, and then we have to deport you.
And we have to deport you. Don't let us find you.
Yeah.
But keep listening to the pod.
Yeah, buy tickets.
The essence of this podcast, where it was born, the nutsack it evolved from, some would say, is the idea that Hassan Ahmad, a friend of mine, hadn't seen most movies. And by most movies, I mean large, very famous movies. Movies like Titanic. Movies like Kill Bill Volume 1. Movies like Men in Black. Movies like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. All right? That was the point of the podcast. You know what I mean? To tell my friend to spoil the entire movie for him. I perform the entire movie. If you're a new listener and this is your first episode, the episode you're here for, you're about to hear this entire movie. You're welcome. You don't even have to say thank you.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and I'm that nigga. I don't like that. I don't know how many other podcasts you listen to, and I don't know if the host ever says I'm that nigga, but on Spoil the Beans, I let it be known that I'm that nigga. And I want you to know it, and I want you to tell your friends, hey guys, Deric is that nigga.
He
and
is.
You say it. And you say that. You say it just like that.
Say it just like that.
Okay? But that's what this podcast is about, Sam. And you know this. I'm sorry you have to hear the essence. The origin story.
I know the origin story.
But there's some fucking idiot, and it's his first time listening, or some stupid bitch, and they have to know now.
You know, you guys got to get on this. It's like Spider-Man. We're done with origin stories. Let's get to the point.
Thank you. I'm not doing the origin story forever, guys. When I'm on episode 1000, I'm not doing this anymore. I will, because it's fun for me, but I'm gonna be mad about it every time.
He just likes yelling at y'all.
You deserve it. You deserve it. But that's the point of this podcast. And then in doing that, of course, there's so many episodes. There are going to be movies that aren't as famous as others. There are going to be movies that are more just interested to me. And then, of course, ever since we started doing this new bonus beans, where people pay $100 to have the movie, that they want spoiled, we've been doing even more random movies.
Yeah. We've been doing the movies that you love, and we're finding out y'all are scary.
We find out that you guys like some weird shit. That's what I'm finding out. But that's fine. But today is the bonus beans. A young man paid money for this episode. He paid extra.
What's his name?
His name's Dylan Murray.
Murray.
His name's Dylan Murray. Oh, I got a joke. Murray. Dylan Murray. He did the right thing.
He did.
He's clearly a true bean mafia. He's clearly a true top bean. He's an OG beaner because he picked a movie that is, it's a lot of people's favorite movie ever. A lot of people's. It's a lot of people's favorite movie. It's a classic. It's timeless. It holds up. It'll never not hold up. It's fun. It's everything. It's everything.
I'm excited.
You know what it is?
What is it?
It's Ferris Bueller's Day Off before Ferris Bueller's Day
Oh
Off.
gosh, I was nervous for a second. I've seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
No, it's fair. That's how good. It's that. It's
that
kind
good?
of like. It's just American Pie, Sam. It's American.
It's just good, clean fun.
It's just good, clean fun, and every American loves it and seen it. It's crazy you haven't seen it.
It is crazy. I love Ferris Bueller.
Sam, can you tell me what happens in the movie you've never seen that I'm about to do for you? I'm about to perform for you in full detail. And for you, Bean Mafia, who have not seen it as well, but I'm sure you've seen it. Dylan Murray, this one's for you, brother. Thanks for paying this one. $100, he paid for this. Samantha, what happens in Blues Brothers?
Oh. Damn, I've seen one scene of this movie. I'm gonna go off of that whole scene.
So what happens in the movie?
So the scene that I've seen, they go into a black church, and was it James Brown is the preacher, and like people be acting a fool, and like the Holy Spirit is within them.
People be acting a fool. Samantha, that is racist. Keep going.
Yo, the Holy Spirit gets in people, and people act. People think it's like people acting a fool. The Holy Spirit acts a fool.
That's who really is doing it, apparently.
Yo.
Apparently, the Holy Spirit doesn't know how to behave in church.
Yo, have you ever seen the Holy Spirit in church? When the Holy Spirit is within you, people don't know how to act.
Hey, Holy Spirit.
Hey, stay in your seat.
You're at church.
Yeah.
You should know.
Get your shit together.
You should know better.
People are dancing, and these two guys are there, and damn it, they're funny dudes. The Dan Aykroyd and that other guy, the other fat guy.
What happens in the movie, Sam? You're just saying the one scene you know.
So I'm gonna guess it's about two brothers who are singing the blues, and maybe they're touring America, and it's just like an experience for them.
Don't look.
Okay, I'm not looking.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so these two brothers, they want to be blues musicians, so they go on tour.
It's the Blues Brothers. I'm sorry. That's what I had to look up. I was
The
like,
Blues Brothers.
The Blues Brothers. Yeah, so they're going on tour.
They're going on tour,
Uh-huh.
and it's all about the shenanigans they get into
Okay.
along the way. And then, they pledge a fraternity, and then they act a fool there.
Okay. And then what happens?
There's a toga party.
Okay. How does the movie end, boo?
I don't really know how that movie ends either. In the end, they realize they're not really that great of musicians.
Uh-huh.
And they go home and just have normal lives and like get married and shit.
That's how the Blues Brothers ends?
Sure.
You are bad at this. Guys, that
Well,
was
also,
Samantha
I know a
Lopez's
little
guess.
too much. I feel like whenever
You don't know anything.
When I've seen a part of a movie, it really throws me
But
because I
Sam,
can't just make up a whole thing now.
You literally couldn't make up a whole thing, and you did know a part of the movie.
No, that's my point. Is when you know a part of the movie, it kind of like it deflects you from just creating your own story.
But you knew nothing. You guessed none of it.
What?
You were 100% wrong.
Dan Aykroyd said in this movie?
That wasn't a part of your guess.
I said Dan Aykroyd
No,
and the other fat guy.
I'm talking about the movie you said. The movie you said was 100% wrong. None of that happens.
There's no church thing?
The church thing happened. No, I'm saying the movie you said. I like how you keep deflecting. I'm talking
You
about.
keep saying 100%. Like, I don't think you understand how percentages
Sam,
work.
no, the movie you said, the only thing that you could come up with, all the things you came up with were wrong. So you didn't know anything about this movie.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
You just
what
saw
do you
it
expect
scene.
from me?
No, because you said, you know what? I mean, it's on the tape. I don't even need to say what she said because you guys know what I mean. It's on the tape. She's being ridiculous.
Dylan Murray.
Dylan Murray, this is what I'm dealing with, all right? She hasn't seen the movie. That's what she thinks it is. Oh, my God. She's wrong. Guys, that's not it. That wasn't it. I'm going to tell you the actual Blues Brothers. That was Sam's version. And it was pretty funny. Sam,
Yes.
you want to hear the Blues Brothers?
Yes, but first, I think we need to pay some bills. Will you pay my bills? Will you pay my telephone bills? Will you pay my automobiles? Will you pay my twills? I don't think you do. So
You and me are through. Do-do-do-do-do. Guys, do you like Instagram? I'm sure you do. And I'm sure on Instagram you like to follow football players.
or just good dads.
I'm sure there's a lot of, you can follow Patrick Mahomes, you can follow Phil Dunphy. There's lots of good things you can follow on Instagram. But I'm not telling you to follow those things. I'm telling you to follow even better than both of those things combined.
Even better than both of them combined.
Guys, and that thing is a man, a heart and soul of this podcast, the president of this podcast, the guy who pays the bills for this whole pod, the reason the lights are up, the reason the camera's rolling, the reason there's a computer here, the reason the microphones are on. Darren Bates.
Debates.
DARENBATES. That is how you spell his name. You put that in the search bar. The letters I just spelled. You put those letters in the search bar, Darren Bates, At WestlandSon_56 will pop up. It'll be a beautiful picture of his mother. And what do you do from there, Sam?
You just follow him, you like him, you send him a message that says, hey, the bean sent me.
That's it. He doesn't want any money from you. He doesn't want anything from you. All he wants is literally you to follow him and just say, hey, the bean sent me to this page. That's it.
It's a good time.
It's a good time. He's a good follow. He's a fun guy. He has a great podcast called The Raw Room.
The Raw
I've been
Room.
on it a couple times. He's had Will Compton from Bussin' with the Boys on it. He literally just did an episode of Bussin' with the Boys, one of the biggest podcasts on Barstool. You know what I mean? My boy's on the way. He's had Malcolm Butler on. He's had Jason Weaver on, the guy who did all the original songs on The Lion King. Like, my boy's done it all. All right? Jason Weaver's also the guy who played Michael Jackson in the original Michael Jackson movie. Did you know that? Did you know that?
I've never seen the original Michael Jackson.
I know, it's on our podcast.
Oh, cool.
Guys, go show Darren Bates some love. DARENBATES and tell him what, Sam, when you get to his page.
The bean sent me.
That's it. Go listen to The Raw Room. Subscribe now. Samantha,
Yes.
you haven't been smoking weed,
I haven't,
but I have.
but you have.
But I only smoke weed from one place,
Oh, well, there's only one place to get your weed from.
and it's Maine.
Yeah, didn't know that, but now we do.
A lot of people don't know. A lot of people think Maine is just trees.
But you
And
know
it
what?
is.
It is. It's trees. The kind you burn.
The kind you burn, both of them. And there's only one place to burn the proper tree that Deric Poston burns, and that is Happy Canary. Happy Canary, guys, on all social media platforms. Happy Canary on Instagram. My boy Hayden, it's his company. They're amazing. It's a beautiful dispensary in Maine. Happy Canary. They're opening up multiple shops.
They
They're
sell
killing
wholesale.
It. They sell wholesale. Guys, Happy Canary. HappyCanary. Go give them a follow and go tell them what, Sam.
The bean sent me.
Hayden, I love you, brother. Happy Canary. Keep sending us the good ganja.
Yo, that stuff is good. I
It's
miss
amazing.
it.
It is amazing. Samantha, you have a tank top on.
I do, but normally I wear a t-shirt.
Normally you have a t-shirt on. I have a flannel. But when I'm in my comfy clothes,
I like a good t-shirt, something to, keep me warm,
cover up your boobs.
express myself, with like a logo or something.
And there's only one logo company I fuck with.
Only one.
One.
The one and only.
Hidden Village Customs. Guys, www.hiddenvillagecustoms.com. Oh my God. When I say the best shirts,
Best shirts.
that
Super
shirts have to offer.
soft.
Super soft. Do not fade in the washer.
Don't
That is the
fade.
biggest quality about them.
Yeah, their logos, they stay. I put them in the dryer. I don't fuck around. I'm busy.
She is a busy
I'm a
woman.
homemaker.
She's a homemaker. She does take care of this place.
I take care of this apartment.
That's facts.
I don't have time to be drying my t-shirts
She does
on
not.
the line. I put them right in the dryer, and you know what? They come out crisp and they come out fresh.
That's like the best plug you could ever get.
You guys got to hit up Hidden Village Customs. They'll make you your own t-shirts. You don't even have to use their stuff. You send them a logo you like or what you want, and they'll work with you.
They'll work with you. That's what's great about them. And I mean, if you like anime, if any of our Bean Mafia, if you're fans of anime, then please go check them out. www.hiddenvillagecustoms.com.
Mm-hmm.
Hidden Village Customs on all social media platforms. Shout out to my boy Gabe. He's not a pedophile. He doesn't fuck kids. He's interested in grown women or grown men. But
We're actually not sure.
We're not. We're guessing. We're always guessing. But we hope, right? And let's
hope.
hope. Let's think positive.
I feel like if you make that good of a shirt, you can't be fucking
You're not
with
fucking kids. You're too busy worried about fabric.
Yeah.
Hidden Village Customs, guys. Go show Gabe some love. Go show them some love and tell them what, Sam. What?
Tell them the bean sent you.
Send a message. The Beans sent me. If you buy something from them, definitely know the Beans sent me here. Tag them on Instagram. Tag their stuff. Guys, the Beans, Hidden Village Customs, Happy Canary, Darren Bates. They pay the bills. They keep the podcast going. Whew.
This
Done.
is a family.
It is a family. Dylan Murray.
Yo, Dylan, we're so happy that you picked this movie because the coolest thing about, I think, sponsoring a movie with the podcast is it's not just for you. It's for everyone. We don't do Patreon,
Yep.
We're out here making this content available to everyone. So when you do this, like Dylan, not only do we try to lift you up and give you your movie, you're also doing this for all your fellow beans.
You're doing this for the other beans. You're wrapping everybody in Sam's burrito blanket, and we're one big happy bean family in there.
Big bean burrito.
We're one big bean burrito, and I love that. I do like that, and I love that Dylan picked a movie. It wasn't just for him, and I'm not mad when people pick a movie, because hey, if you're paying $100, you can pick whatever the fuck you want. If you're like, hey, I ain't worried about all the beans. I want him to tell this movie that I love for me. Fine, I'm not mad at you, but I like that Dylan was like, yo, I'm gonna not only am I going to pick a movie that I want to hear, I want one for the beans.
I'm excited. I can't believe I've never watched this whole movie.
Sam, this is literally Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I love Ferris Bueller.
It's just a perfect film, super tight, nonstop fun, perfectly cast. Like, it's like, oh, this is everything. This was 1980. It was it was for the time.
It's 80 on the dot?
On the dot.
Damn. Is this before or after Animal House?
I don't know.
Okay. We can look into that later.
We could look into that later.
But that's
somebody out there knows. Somebody out there is going. Somebody out there
I
is going.
associate this with Animal House. Obviously, well, because I feel like Animal House would have been first because that was how they all got big.
1978. Animal House was first. This is that shit, bro. This, Sam, is that shit. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Also, I mean, what's better than a musical, right?
Oh, I love a musical.
Movie starts. You see a city early morning, the industrial part of a city, all right? Fades into a jail. Someone raising the flag in the morning, right? It's like early, like maybe 5 a.m. Joliet Correctional Center, Illinois. Okay?
Okay.
We see a guy getting walked down the hall by cops. Credits roll. You see the feet, right? They walk him all the way through to these doors, outside to these huge, beautiful fields where you see like all the officers working out, like you know, like how a prison would be, like how you have the prison, and then now you're in the part where all the officers would live, which is way nicer. It's like it looks more like a apartment complex kind of like lifestyle, you know, or a golf course or some shit. And then there's still walls beyond that. Wow. You know. I mean, which is true.
Crazy.
You see when you drive around Texas, you see all these job opportunities for correctional facility officers. But the only problem is you have to live there with them.
That is a bummer.
Because they're like these prisons in Texas, bro. They're like 100 miles in every direction in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that way, if they escape, they're gonna die in the heat.
Oh, bro, it's gonna take you forever. You have to go. You'd have to know every small town to small town. You'd have to know exactly. You know what I mean? You'd have to do. I mean, I guess you could plan that out, but that's so much.
I mean, they do have libraries in there.
And they have time. That's one thing I learned about Shawshank Redemption.
They definitely have time.
You know, and time and knowledge is a scary thing to have if you use them correctly.
Yeah, if you put it all together.
Right. So he's walking through the beautiful fields. He goes into some doors, and a guy looks at him and goes, "Well, this is it." And they bring him into a room. You still haven't seen him yet, and you can tell he's getting released because it's like he's by the door, and it's like the release thing of like them handing him whatever he had when he got arrested. Mm-hmm. You know that little part? Yeah. Like it's a cage where they give you back whatever you came in with. You know what I mean? And you see the camera pans up and you see his fingers. Tatted on his fingers is the word Jake.
Cool.
Okay.
You mean the name?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess the name Jake. You're right. One Timex digital watch broken. One unused prophylactic, a condom. One soiled prophylactic. He holds up a used condom.
Oh, gross.
Why
would they keep that?
Right?
Why would he have kept that?
For that many years, too.
Also, when he why was it on him when he, was it literally on his dick?
Who knows? That's the question of a lifetime, Sam. Who knows? Okay. This is why we couldn't watch this movie with Matthew. Remember when your family wanted to watch the movie?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's rated R.
Oh, yeah. We definitely couldn't watch this with Matthew.
So
he's such a sweet boy.
He's a sweet boy. Outside, we see this black car roll up. It's an old police car, like a super old, clearly old police car. You don't see who's driving it, but you see his hands. And on his hands are tatted Elwood. Okay? You hear the cop go, one black suit jacket, one pair of black suit pants, one black hat, one pair of sunglasses, $23.07. Sign here. You see a Jake, right? You see the gates open up from outside. You see a motherfucker in a suit with the hat on standing in like the light, right? Like some heaven shit, right? Finally you see the guy get out the car and you see his face. Elwood is a young Dan Aykroyd.
I love Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, he's the best, bro. These motherfuckers are so good in this. They are locked in.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Also, they just got off having the success of
SNL.
Well, yeah, that too.
And I think this might have been a character from SNL. These might have been
think they are
characters. I'm pretty sure they're
characters
characters.
from SNL.
So they are locked in. It's like a nice night at the Roxbury. We're just like, they're locked into it. They're locked in.
You've been living this character.
But this is like that times a million because this is like an unbelievable movie. Like
Yeah.
I would compare this to Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Watching it was like, damn, it's that good. It's because every time I've ever watched it, it's always fun and good. It's like Ferris. It's like, man, this never lets me down.
Continuous fun.
And it's timeless. It never gets old.
Yeah.
Like it'll never be old. Like how Ferris Bueller is never old. You'll be able to show it 100 years from now.
Ferris Bueller is never old.
This movie you'll be able to show 100 years from now. It just doesn't age. They were just locked in. So we see Dan Aykroyd get out the car and he's got his suit on. We see his brother Jake walk up.
So,
What? Go ahead.
Never mind.
What?
So the Jim Belushi is the one that was in jail.
You see Jake walk up. It's John Belushi.
Oh, John Belushi.
Is it John or Jim? There's two. I'm pretty sure it's John. Yeah, John. That's the famous one. John.
Which one's Jim?
His brother.
But what's he in that? Why am I mixing them
His
up?
brother's in a bunch of shit too.
Okay.
I can't think of it right now, but his brother's in a bunch of because I know that. But John Belushi's the one. Like that was the one who died young, too soon and shit.
Okay.
So you see, they see each other. They walk back up. They both got their suited on. They got the sunglasses on, and you hear the classic Blues Brothers music playing. Dun 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 dun. John Belushi, right? You see John Belushi, right? Dan Aykroyd. They're both like looking at the camera. The Blues Brothers.
Yo.
Like almost like a cop movie. You know what I mean?
Wow.
The music kicks in, right? And then you hear like some blue. That music stops. And there's like some blues music kick in as they get in the car and they drive off. Like she complicated, but left me with the mule to ride. And then they're driving off, and Belushi, like he's looking at his brother, and he's like, "What's with this stupid car? Where's the caddy? The what? The caddy. Where's the Bluesmobile? I traded it. For this? Nah, for a microphone. Oh, well, I can see that. Well, what's this thing? This is a bargain. It's an old police car. They were practically giving them away. Well, thank you, pal. The one day I'm out of prison and my own brother picks me up in a police car. Dan Aykroyd's like, you don't like it? He's like, no, I don't. And Dan Aykroyd's like, because they hit traffic right at that point, because those bridges that go like it's a bridge, but then when a boat comes, it goes like this. So a boat comes and the bridge starts doing this. So they're waiting. He goes, no, I don't. And Dan Aykroyd gets out of the traffic and speeds on the bridge and then jumps that shit.
What?
Boom! He lands it, right? He's like, man, car's got a lot of pickup. And he goes, it's got everything. Runs good on gas. It does this. It has a cop motor in it, so it'll never like break down. Because they build cop cars to like drive at like 140 miles an hour. Like they make cop cars so they're ready for shit.
That makes sense. Of course they do.
Yeah.
Who makes all the cop cars? There must be one specific.
I think it's Chevrolet.
Yeah, that makes sense. It would have to be an American thing.
Pretty sure. So he goes, and it runs good on gas. Come on, is this the Bluesmobile or what? And Belushi's like, lights a cigarette. You got to fix the cigarette lighter, but yeah, I like it. And they smile. They drive into the city of Chicago.
Oh, this is Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I
It
told
takes
you.
place in Chicago.
And then Sam, everything that happens, it's Ferris Bueller's Day Off. But this was before Ferris Bueller's Day Off, so I totally get now. Like, Ferris Bueller, they didn't steal it. They just like, the energy. When they were writing this, I bet you they were like, yo, let's make like a Blues Brother kind of like.
John Hughes was trying to get
just
that
fun,
vibe. Mm-hmm.
just super fun the whole time, and you love the heroes.
Yeah.
Like the heroes are like perfect. They're just too lovable. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole way through. Like there's no flaws in them. Like it's the same thing. That's why the Blues Brothers people still dress up like them for Halloween. Like they're these iconic. All you hear about them, how cool they are.
Yeah.
You never hear anything else because they're perfectly cool in this.
They're
Ferris Bueller.
They're both Ferris Bueller.
Yeah. So they go to St. Helen Orphanage, and then Jake's like, "Man, what are we doing here?" And Elwood's like, "You promised to visit the penguin when you got out."
The penguin?
And he goes, "Man, I'm not going to visit her. You promised. You don't lie to a nun." The penguin.
Aww.
And he goes, "Oh, come on." He's like, "You're going to visit the penguin." They go in. It's creepy as hell. It's like super old church, like, orphanage shit. And you hear a nun go, "Who is it?" "It's Jake and Elwood." "Oh, come on in." They go into this nun's office. "Hello, boys. Nice to see you. Why don't you have a seat?" They're like, "How's it going?" Miss whatever. I forgot her name, but Miss whatever. And then they go, she goes, "Well, the county took a tax assessment on the property. They want $5,000. And then the boys are like, well, doesn't the church have to pay that? The church isn't interested in keeping this place open anymore. It's an orphan, because it's an orphanage. And they're like, they go, but what's going to happen to you? She's like, I'll be sent to the missions. And then the boys look at each other and they go, $5,000? That's easy. Come on, let's go, Elwood. And then they get up. And then she goes, sit right down. I will not be taking stolen money. And they go. And they sit back down. Like they were literally like just going to go straight up rob a bank. Like, these niggas is cool, bro. Like, and then they sit back down like, okay, all good. And then she goes, and then Jake goes, well, you're going to be up Schitt's Creek. And she goes, what'd you say? And she hits him with the ruler. And he's like, I said you'd be up Schitt's Creek. And he goes, fuck, shit. And she hits the other one, ow, fuck. And then, like, it's just like a comical scene like that. You fat penguin. And then they fall down the stairs. And she goes, you disappointing pair. I prayed so hard for the both of you. You two young men I raised the two young men I raised to return as filthy thieves with filthy attitudes. Get out and don't come back until you redeem yourselves. And then she floats away.
She floats away?
She floats away and the door is closed.
Do you recognize the penguin? Like, is it
no,
someone?
just some old
it's
man.
Just some
She's
old
like
lady.
an old lady. So right then, an old man goes, boys, you got to learn not to be talking to no nuns that way. And they look over and they go, Curtis. And the guy who plays Curtis, now, clearly this is before our time. But if you were watching this movie, this was supposed to be, if you were in the theater, clearly like, oh.
It was a guy that.
Some guy, his name's Cab Calloway, and he was a super famous jazz musician and jazz tap dancer in movies.
Okay.
So it's like, it was that era of
from
film.
like that era where the people were tap dancing in movies.
Yes. But he was like one of the most famous ones ever.
Wow.
So that's like you could tell like, if you were an old person in this movie in the 80s and you were like in your 60s, that moment for you would have been like, oh.
Wow, that's so weird to think about.
I know, it was really cool because you could tell the way they react. They like, even though it's a movie, they give that.
It would have been something
like,
that they would have seen as children growing up.
That you can feel it on them that they look up to this guy.
Wow. That is crazy, like how time does that. Like there's people who do like cameos in movies that one day other people won't understand the cameo.
We don't get, for us, it was not meant for us, but I had to look him up. And then the moment I looked him up, I was like, his resume, you're like, oh, this is clearly some super famous.
That's like when we went to see In the Heights.
Yeah.
There's a moment where Mark Anthony's in the movie and the whole room, like everyone's like, like, cause you recognize him. But it's even
in 50 years, then what?
Who's going to know? And also we're all old. Like, of course we know who Mark Anthony is.
Let's say it's 2021, 1980. So 41 years. In 41 years, it's like, that's a big gap, fool.
Yeah.
And this dude's old as fucking, like, he's in his 80s in this. Mm-hmm. So he's already like, this is like probably his last thing he did. So, they go get drinks and they tell him like he tells them how things are bad here and they need money and whoop, whoop. And he's like, man, what about you? They're not gonna fire you. He goes, man, what's one more old nigga to the board of education? And he goes, oh, Curtis, you've been too good to us. You taught us how to play music, how to blow the harp. And then Curtis,
how to blow the harp?
Mm-hmm. The harmonica. I'm sorry, the harmonica. And then Curtis like, boys, you want real help? Go to church. Reverend Cleophas. He'll tell you what's up. All right.
Okay.
So they go to Triple Rock Church. And you hear a deacon go, and now, this week's sermon is from the beloved Reverend Cleophas James. And the boys are in the back and they're watching and they're all pissed. They don't want to be there.
Yeah, it's church.
The pastor is the late, great James Brown.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Now, people, when I woke up this morning, I heard a disturbing sound. What'd you hear? What'd you hear, Lord? What I heard was the jingle jangle of 1,000 lost souls. And the brothers are watching, and Jake is just so mad, right? And James Brown keeps going, right? And he goes, it's too late, huh? It's too late for them who didn't see the light, who chose not to follow. But the day of the Lord cometh like a thief in the night. Dun, dun, hear that organ? Dun, 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 dun. He goes, well, let us all go back. Let us all go back. Let us all go back in the service of the Lord. Dun, 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 dun. Let us all go back. Dun, dun. Let us all go back. Dun, dun, dun. Let us all go back. Stay in the service of the Lord. Right? Church is now going nuts.
Yeah.
Women doing full choreography.
Oh, sweet.
Like full dance numbers. Yeah. You know what I mean? Brothers are watching in the back. But as the brothers are watching this, Jake is now like shaking.
Oh, like the Spirit of the Lord's getting him?
No, like everybody's dancing.
Oh.
They're the Blues Brothers, Sam.
Yeah.
They can't control it.
Yeah. They don't want to dance, but the music's getting them.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I love that. I love
he's like,
that.
Because he's trying to not have a good time, but he's like, ooh, they're killing it. You know what I mean?
Well, of course they are. It's James Brown.
It's James Brown. So you see the right then the sun comes through the church window, and you hear hallelujah, hallelujah, and the sun hits Jake, and he goes, oh, and he starts glowing. The band, and then you hear James Brown like, do you see the light? Do you see it, brother? And Jake's like, yes, Jesus H. Christ, I have seen the light. And then Jake starts dancing his ass off. Let us all go back. And Belushi these niggas can dance, fool. Like, it's not like they can dance like Chris Brown, but they like,
no,
it's like Ferris Bueller. It's like, oh, they just let themselves, if you let yourself go.
If you're in the, because that's really all great dancing.
Just
is
believe
being
it.
In the moment.
It's just
and
confidence. They're being goofy and silly. Well, they're also being a little goofy and silly too with their moves. But it's the confidence in it that they're killing it.
Yeah.
So Jake's killing it, right? And he's doing backflips and shit. Like, you see John Belushi, like he's doing backflips. And then he comes over to Elwood and he's like, the band, Elwood, the band. And Elwood goes, the band? The band? The band! Let us all go back. And then Jake starts killing. Let us all go. And then Elwood's like, and they're just going down the hallway. Let us all go back into the glory of the Lord. Jesus, 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 Jesus. Let us all go back to the glory of the Lord. And you see motherfuckers doing like huge backflips and shit. And then they all land, right?
Uh-huh.
Cut to, they're driving. And it's calm now. And they're listening to music. They're like, man, we got to put the band back together.
Yo, I didn't realize that was going to happen at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, that's it's like one of the opening scenes. It's like in the first 15 minutes.
Whoa. I thought that would be in the middle.
So we're going to put the band back together. We just do a few gigs. We'll get the bread, $5,000. Easy peasy. We'll be able to pay off the orphanage. Uh-huh. Right? And then Elwood's like, getting the band back together won't be so easy, Jake. Everybody split, took straight jobs. And then Jake's like, well, you know where they are. He's like, yeah, I got some leads, some numbers. And he goes, but you got to understand, Jake, no one visited you for a reason. He goes, that's just not the band's thing, that's all. And he goes, but I thought you said that you kept us together. You lied to me? He's like, yeah, I bullshitted you. I didn't want to hurt you. It was so important to you for the band. I didn't want to lie to you. He kept you going. As they're saying all this, they run a red light.
That's not good.
Cops get behind them. Shit. Rollers. They pull over. Cop walks up. What did I do, officer? You failed to stop at a red signal. I thought the light was yellow. License and registration. He gives him his license. The cop goes back to run it. He's like, damn, Jake, I haven't been pulled over in 6 months. The cop runs his license. A bunch of shit comes up. They're the Blues Brothers, bro. They're bad boys.
Bad boys, bad boys.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do when you run a red light?
Elwood, his license is under suspension.
Elwood.
He comes back up. He goes, sir, I need you to step out the car. He's like, okay. Takes off, right? And then that music for hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. I'm coming. And they're driving, right? And now they're speeding off and they're getting chased. And then he looks at his brother and Jake's like, first you trade the caddy for a mic, then you lie about the band, and now you're going to throw me back in the joint. They won't catch us. Don't worry. We're on a mission from God. All right? Elwood! The cops are chasing him, right? They turn into a mall parking lot. Mm-hmm. They're driving through that bitch, and then the police are all up on him. And then he's like, we'll be all right if we get back on the expressway. This don't look like no expressway to me, Elwood. Don't be negative. Why don't you offer some constructive criticism? All right, here's some. Get us out of this parking lot. You want out of the parking lot? Fine. He turns into the mall. They blast through a Toys R Us. They drive through all these stores and shit, and then you hear that Blues Brothers music like dun 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 dun. That's the Ferris Bueller music.
You're saying
Hold up, no, the Blues Brothers theme. The Blues Brothers theme. It goes. Hold on.
You gonna play it?
Because now it's like, wait a minute, because the Ferris Bueller theme got stuck in my head. You can't get it out of your head, and I can't get that fucking out of my head now.
It's a good one. I also like that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's another Ferris Bueller joint. Boom, bow, bow.
Oh.
Yeah, it's this. Dun, 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 dun. But that's not the one either. That's not it either. That's not this. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. That's the Blues Brothers thing.
Okay.
I was like, God, I couldn't get the other one out of my head. Though.
Yeah.
So they're driving through that, and they go through and then the brother, who's been in jail, Jake, he's like, hey, a Pier 1 Imports. Like, he's like freaking out about all the stuff
The
in the
new
mall.
stuff in the mall.
And he's like, this is crazy. He's like, JC Penney, and then they burst out of it, right?
Yo, people always be like that when they go to visit somewhere they haven't been in a
Like,
while.
whoa.
They're like, oh, when did we get a In-N-Out?
Yeah, because that's what he was like, Pier 1 Imports. And I was like, damn, Pier 1 Imports. I remember that store.
Yo, I can't believe Pier 1 Imports has been around since the 80s.
Right?
That's insane. Or Toys R Us. When you said that, I was
Toys
like,
R Us, dude.
certainly Toys R Us was more of a 90s thing.
Bro,
but
80s.
bro.
All JC Penney, all that shit was around. So they go through and they make the cops crash. And one of the black cops, he's like, I'm going to catch that sucker if it's the last thing I do.
Oof.
Right? They drive into the city. They pull into an alley. They park the car. We see a beautiful woman in a red car watching it. The beautiful woman, Princess Leia.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Carrie
wait.
Fisher.
Carrie Fisher. She's dead.
Yep.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. She's watching them. She's smoking a cigarette. As they're walking into the Elwood's place, she pulls out a grenade launcher, fool. Boom! It hits the door and blows up, right? She drives off. She speeds off. The brothers stand up, look around, dust their suits off, and then just head upstairs like nothing happened.
Wait, so what did she grenade?
Like the door and like almost the full first level.
So they just go in and act like
They just go right in and like climb over the rubble and go right up the stairs like, okay, I guess that was weird.
Yo, that's so funny.
So funny. So they go into Elwood's place. It's pretty much a closet.
Yeah.
It's like the size of where the camera is to the window to the fire, like that.
So pretty much everything that's within the shot.
Yep, everything was within this shot, right? And there's trains. They're right by the train tracks. So trains are going by, right? And then Jake's like, so how often do the trains go by? And Elwood says, so often you don't even notice it. And it's like, ooh. And then, the whole scene, every 5 seconds,
Constant
right?
trains.
And he goes, man, how you going to get the band back together? Jake says, how you going to get the band back together, Elwood? The cops have your license. They have your address. Don't worry. I put Wrigley Field's address on it. I lied. He's like, oh. And he goes, yep. Well, anyway, I got to hit the sack. And he looks down, and his brother Jake already asleep in his bed. And there's no other room. There's only the bed and the chair and then the window. And he sits down, and he's like, you sleaze. And then he puts his coat over him.
Aww.
You know what I mean? And he lets him sleep, and he just kind of looks out the window. All right? Fade to black. The next morning, the cops show up. They find their actual address. They're all outside, right?
Yeah.
Princess Leia's out there, too.
It's so funny that she's just going to be Princess Leia this whole movie.
Of course.
Well, also, wait.
1980, she's Princess Leia.
No, she'd also done, what's the one where her head spins around?
Carrie?
Yeah. No. The Exorcist. That's her, too.
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Is that her? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's also her.
Damn, what a career.
I mean, they have, really iconic films.
Hell yeah.
I'm almost certain.
So the lead detective who's coming up to find their place, John Candy.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And they head upstairs, and they're like, man, good thing we finally found these assholes. And they're talking about how the Wrigley Field prank was pretty good. And they're about to bust in, and Sam, as they bust in, you see Princess Leia hit a switch, like on a thing that she has in her car, and when she hits the switch, the building collapses. Like she blows the foundation of the building.
Yo, like how that Florida building just collapsed from underneath.
Also shit like that.
Yo, what is she up to?
And then so the building collapses, Sam. She drives off. It's like last time. The brothers wake up in the rubble, get up, dust their suits off.
Yo, I love these guys.
They look.
Unfazed.
They're Ferris Bueller. They're too cool.
Too cool.
He goes, oh shit, Jake, it's almost 9. We got to get to work. They wade their way through the rubble and they get out of here. The cops also come out of the rubble like, what the fuck just happened? But they're like freaked out. Like obviously like, what? Who just did that? So cut to, they go looking for band members, right? Mm-hmm. A woman helps them. She sends them to the Holiday Inn. They're looking for Murph and the Magic Tones. They're performing there. Cut to, you see these guys performing the Murph and the Magic Tones for nobody, for like 5 people who aren't paying attention, and they're playing like shitty salsa music. You know? So cut to after, they're all having drinks afterwards, right? And they're like, Jake, when'd you get free and rehabilitated, motherfucker? You know you owe us money. And they all look at him, right? And Jake's like, whoa, hey. And then Elwood goes, God, come on, guys. You know the reason he went to jail was because he stuck up that gas station for us to pay us because we didn't get paid for that one gig. Like when we got stiffed by this thing. You know, he like defends his brother. Like, so don't get on him. And then Jake goes, yo, I'm putting the band back together. You know, you guys are the backbone of a real blues band, and we can make that breathe again. And then Murph and the Magic Tones, these bullshit outfits, you guys don't need this. And then they go, yo, man, we'll never get that old sound again like we had with the old Blues Brother band. Mr. Fabulous, you'll never get him back. He has a great job now. And Matt Murphy, he married a woman and has a soul restaurant. And he took Blue Lou with him. And they go, damn, he took Blue Lou? I'm like, yep. And he goes, man, you guys will never get him out of those gigs. And then Elwood leans in and goes, yes, we will. We're on a mission from God. Cut 2.
Yo, I have to say this before I forget. This feels like a heist movie. He's picking up from the jail. It feels like Ocean's 11 or something. We got to get the group together.
It is a heist movie, Sam. It's a heist movie for music.
For music.
So they pull up to a fancy restaurant. This French cuisine place, right?
Ooh.
Jake walks up, and you see this guy who's the maitre d', and he's like, no. They said you'd be in prison for 5 years. What is this? And he goes, Mr. Fabulous, how marvelous to see you. And he goes, look, you guys can't come here. This is nonsense. What do you mean we can't come here? This is nonsense. We come to dine. He goes, come on, guys, let's talk outside. Please don't do this. We'll get a coffee. No, we want a full meal. Come, Elroy. And then him and Elwood lock up, and they walk in all fancy, right? And he goes, guys. And they take a table and they order like the best champagne and like all the best stuff immediately.
Oh, no.
And Mr. Fabius is like, yo, guys, this shit is really expensive. Come on, don't do this. And then Jake goes, I'm putting the band back together. And he's like, no way, I'm not hearing it. And then Elwood goes, we're on a mission from God. And then the waiters come and they're taking care of him. And then a guy at another table goes, maitre d', can we get another table? These gentlemen, their smell is offensive. You know, they stink. You see, bro, Jake and Elwood are just being rude. They're slurping their drinks. They're throwing bread at each other. They're just doing the most. They're just doing the absolute most. The whole restaurant's looking at them.
Trying to get the guy fired?
Yeah. And then the guy who complained, this is like a very classic scene. John Belushi. It is funny too. John Belushi comes over to the guy and he's like eating it. He grabs some of his food and he's all being all filthy and he's like, how much? And the guy's like, how much for what? For your women. How much? And it's like his wife and his like 3 young daughters. They're like 9, 12, and like 16. They're like young. And then I love it. And the guy's like, what did you say? He goes, I want to buy your women. How much for the little girl? I want the little girl. And the guy's like, maitre d'. It's like, bro, they would never allow, I don't know if they let people do that shit. That joke now. Like on a big studio budget.
On a studio budget, no. Maybe on like an indie comedy.
Of course, indie comedy you can do what you want.
Yeah.
This is a big studio budget.
Yo, the studios didn't give a shit back then.
Oh, bro, they were trying to make good content. So, Mr. Fabulous comes over. He's like, cut it out, guys. I'll call the cops on you if you don't leave. And then Elwood goes, you call the cops on my brother. He just got out. And then Jake's like, how could you, Mr. Fabulous? Right? And he goes, oh, come on, guys, seriously. They go, we're putting the band back together. We need your horn, man. Come on. We got everybody except you, Matt Murphy, and Blue Lou, and we're getting them next. And he's like, no way, man, I'm done. And they go, if you say no, we'll come here every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And the guy's like, okay. I'll play. You got me. And they're like, thank you. And then they leave, right? And then Mr. Fabulous just sits, and everybody's like, sir, maitre d'. And he just drinks champagne like, fuck it. Like,
yeah, I'm done.
Cut 2. They drive off. You see these Nazis giving a speech in the middle of a park.
You mean like neo-Nazis, like bald-headed white guys, or like guys dressed like Nazis?
Nazis. Like Nazis.
Okay.
All right?
Classic. OG
Classic.
Nazis.
And you see all these white people protesting them and black people, like everybody protesting them in the park, right? As they're giving their speech. And the police are all there. And, everybody's like, fuck you. Fuck you. And he's like, the Jew is using the black man as muscle against you. You white people are helpless. And what are you going to do about it? Just sit there or join us, the members of the America Socialist White People Party, the organization for decent, good white folks like you. We pledge to Adolf Hitler, our immortal leader of our immortal race. And they cut to, you see Jake and Elwood leaning out the window. And they ask a cop, they're like, hey, because they're stuck in traffic. They're like, hey, what's going on up there? I'm like, those fucking Nazis won their court case today, so they can act an ass, apparently. And then Jake's like, I hate Illinois' Nazis, right? And then the brothers drive through the traffic and then drive right through the Nazi party and make them jump off the bridge, into the water. Uh-huh. And then and everybody cheers like, yeah, as the Blues brothers drive off. And everybody's like cheering for them, right? And then the Nazis raise up out of the water. And the head Nazi goes, get that license plate number. We are going to kill those sons of bitches.
Yo.
Smacks the water. Right? Cut to, you see our boys going into downtown Chicago. A boom, 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 boom. Mm-hmm. A boom, 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 boom. Mm-hmm. A how, how, how. Mm-hmm. Yay, yay. And they're walking down the street, and it's a guy performing live, and it's like you see everybody. It's very Blue Street, Beale Street on Memphis. Okay. That's what the energy was. It was just like everybody's out on the street. There's live music, like people are just playing for no reason, you know what I mean? And people are dancing. It's just, people are like, it's very much like everybody's buying and selling shit on the street.
Okay.
That kind of vibe.
Yeah. It's like a market kind of.
Yeah. We see a soul food cafe.
Ooh.
The brothers head in. This is the best scene in the movie. Their server, the great Aretha Franklin.
Damn, they got everyone?
It's the Blues Brothers, bro.
Yo.
So their server's Aretha Franklin. Can I help you boys? And Jake's like, can I get white bread? And that's it. And she's like, you want toasted white bread? Yes, ma'am. With some jam or some honey? Nothing on it. Just white bread. Yes, ma'am. Okay. And what about you? Jake's like, you guys got any chicken? And she's like, best in the state. Well, let me get 4 fried chickens and a Coke. And she's like, you want wings or legs? I'd like 4 fried chickens and a Coke. And she's like, okay. And then she goes back to the kitchen, right? And she talks to her husband, this big black dude, and this white dude over there in the grill. And she's like, you get this. These 2 honkies out there dressed like they in the CIA. And the husband's like, what? And she's like, yeah. And you ain't gonna believe what they ordered to eat. And he's like, what they ordered to eat, honey? And she's like, well, the tall one wants white bread with nothing on it. And he's like, Elwood. And then she's like, and the other one wants 4 fried chickens and a Coke. And he goes, Jake, the Blues Brothers. And he goes out and he's like, the Blues Brothers. And they're like, Matt Murphy. And they hug, right? And he gets all excited. And he's telling them how he got out of prison. They're all laughing. And the brothers are like, yo, me and Elwood are putting the band back together. We need you and Blue Lou. And he goes, shh, don't be talking about that around my lady. You gonna get me messed up around here. And then you see Aretha Franklin go, you ain't going on that road no more. He live with me. You ain't gonna be sliding around with your little white hoodlum friends. And then he goes, honey, this is Jake and Elwood, the Blues Brothers. And she goes, shit, they owe you money, fool. And he's like,
Count on your girl to remember when someone owes you money.
Count on that shit. Elwood goes, ma'am, would it help to know we're on a mission from God? And she goes, don't you blaspheme in here. Don't you be blaspheming in my place. So you guys are leaving, and you ain't leaving with your bright dried toast, and you ain't leaving with your 4 fried chickens, and you ain't leaving with Matt Murphy and Blue Lou. And that's final. And then the husband goes, hey, now you listen to me. I love you, but I'm the man, and you're the woman. And she goes, hold up. You better think about what you're saying.
Yeah.
And he goes, shut up, woman. And she goes, you better think. Think about what you're trying to do to me. Oh, think. And the other woman goes, think. Go help yourself be free. I told you, Sam, this movie was for you. It's a musical. And so, of course, now the brothers, they sit down as she starts going off. You need me And oh no, she goes, freedom,
Freedom.
freedom,
Freedom.
freedom. Yeah, freedom. And then the white boy, Blue Lou, grabs his sax. And he's like just killing it, right? And then she goes, ain't nothing you can ask that I can't change. You better think about what you're trying to do to me. Oh, think. You're gonna let yourself be free. You need me, and I need you. Without each other, it ain't nothing we can't do. And then right then the Blues Brothers get up, and then they also they get in on the dance number, right? And they just do the whole dance moves with her, right? Yeah, freedom,
Freedom.
freedom,
Freedom.
freedom. You better think about it, baby. Think about it. You better think. You better think. And then everybody stops, right? And it's quiet. And he looks at her, the husband, and he takes off his kitchen robe, like his cooking robe, and he folds it. He goes to the back, he grabs his guitar, and he hands her the robe, and he looks at the Blues Brother, and he's like, let's boogie.
After the number, he's going to walk out on her?
He walked out. He leaves, right? So you see Sweet Louie sitting there with the saxophone, Blue Lou, and he's like, he's just kind of looking. He looks at the door and looks at her. He looks at the door. He looks at her. And she goes, well, go ahead, damn it. And he smiles and he runs out. like asking for permission. I love how he's more scared. I love how he's more scared of her than the husband is.
Yo, that's how it would be if it was you and Hassan.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
You would go and Hassan would be like, I don't know if I should go.
Should I leave? And then it'd be like, well, go ahead.
Get the fuck out of here.
Right? And then she leaves, right? So the next day, they go, the whole band goes to Ray's music store. Ray's music store. They head inside.
Maybe some Ray we are familiar with.
They head inside. They're checking out the guitars and stuff. And you hear a guy go, excuse me, we have strict policies of people touching the instruments. It's Ray Charles.
How did they get the budget for all of this?
Dude, everybody wanted to be a part of this.
Yeah, that's true. It is cool.
It's cool. It's a good script. It's just a good script.
It's cool. And also, you're like written in this fun way. You get to sing and all that. It's dope.
Dance numbers and it's fun and funny and yeah.
Yo, who wouldn't want to be a part of it?
Right? And then he goes, hey, Ray, it's me, the Blues Brothers. And you remember me, Murph? What's up?
Also, all these people are owned by the studios.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can probably you can afford all this. The budget was huge too. This came out in 80 and the budget was like 30 million or 40 million.
Yeah.
But it made like 200. It made so much. I mean, it's still making money to this day. It's one of those kind of movies. So as they're talking to Ray Charles, you see a little kid sneak in, and the little kid tries to steal something, and Ray has to shoot the wall, right? Ray Charles, he goes, breaks my heart. They keep going bad so young. And they're like, well, Ray, we need an electric piano. And he's like, what about this one? And he goes, hey, you can have that one. $2,000, it's yours, and I'll even throw in the black keys for free. Right? And they go, oh, Ray, that's too much. $2,000? We ain't paying no $2,000 for this piano. Ain't no action left in this keyboard, man. He goes, what? What? And he walks around the counter. And he sits down.
It's Jeffries.
Ain't no action left in this counter, in this piano. Man, there's plenty of action left in this piano. He sits down. Right? Well, I heard about the fella you've been dancing around with around the neighborhood. And he goes like, and I know the boogaloo is out of sight, but I'm going to show you how to do it right. Do it right. Do it right. Do it right. Oh, twist and shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, baby. All right. Out of sight. Yeah, bro. So dope. Like the numbers are like twisted. Bro, that shit, like these are bangers. And then he goes, have you going loop-de-loop? Now bend over, let me see you shake your tail feather. Come on, now let me see you shake your tail feather. Come on, baby, let me see you shake your tail feather. Now do the twist. Come on, Sam. Now do the fly. Now do the swim. Now do the bird. Now do the duck.
Quack.
Now do the monkey.
Oh, this one's the monkey, right? That is the monkey.
Now do the watusi.
What is the Watusi?
Now what about the frugi?
What?
And the mashed potato?
I know how to mash potato.
Now do the boogaloo. The bone maroni. Come on, do the twist. Oh, twisting. Baby, 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 shake it. Yeah. All right. So you see the whole town. So like, yo, the whole town is doing this number.
Cool.
Everybody, it's very much like the parade scene.
Oh, okay.
It's that like the whole city is like,
which is also a
dancing
twist.
to this.
It's about twisting.
I know, Sam. I'm telling you, I think Ferris Bueller kind of ripped this movie a little bit.
You mean John Hughes?
Yeah.
Or is that? It's his name, right?
That's
the guy
his
who
name.
wrote it.
So the band, they buy the equipment, right? They stop somewhere, they get food. Elwood's like, yo, I got to make a call. Elwood and Jake walk off, and he's like, yo, you know, what are we going to do, man? The band's asking about a gig. And he's like, yo, how much money you got on you? And Elwood's like, I got $25. He's like, that's enough for a call. He said, well, who are you going to call? Maury Line. What about him? Well, he got us dates in the old days. He owes us a favor. It was worth a shot. And Elwood's like, all right. So they go get in the phone booth, right? Princess Leia shows up.
I forgot about her.
She's got a flamethrower this time.
Yo, this bitch be crazy. Like how Leonardo DiCaprio's flamethrower in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yep, legit like that. Bro, also, she hasn't said a word this whole movie yet.
Yo, that's so scary.
So she fucking sets the motherfuckers on fire, and it blows the phone booth up. And then that bitch, she drives off, and then it lands. They look at each other.
Huh.
They dust their suits off. And then Elwood goes, oh, Jake, there's like $7 worth of change here. And they just start grabbing all the change. So, cut to, we see the head Nazi, and he says, yo, we're going to, monitor the police scanners, whoop, whoop. We're going to find these goddamn Blues Brothers, and then we're going to kill them.
Okay.
All right? You see our boys driving, and the band, they're driving, right? And Mr. Fabulous is mad. He's like, yo, we've been driving for 3 hours. Where the fuck is this gig?
Is everyone in the band black besides them?
Mr. Fabulous is white. Blue Lou's white. I think it's one more white guy with a beard, and then everybody else is black.
Okay.
So it's like, it's pretty mixed.
Okay.
So they're driving, right? And then Mr. Fabulous is like, yo, you said we were going to a gig. We've been driving 3 hours. Where the fuck is this place? And then Jake's, you can tell he's nervous. He's like, oh, we're almost there. And then they go, well, what's the name of the place? And then he looks over and he sees, like, coming up, Bob's Country Bunker. He's like, Bob's Country Bunker. We're almost there. There it is. And then they pull into this place, right? And then on the sign, it says, Bob's Country Bunker, playing tonight, the Good Old Boys. And they're like, yo, who are the Good Old Boys? And he's like, oh, man, it's supposed to say Blues Brothers. God, you know what? It must be a mistake. You guys unpack. Elwood, come with me. I'm going to go have a word with him. They head inside, right? Mm-hmm. They head in. The woman's like, hey, how's it going, boys? Nice to meet y'all. Y'all want a drink? And they're like, yes, ma'am. We're actually the band. And she goes, you are? You're the Good Old Boys? That's so nice. Well, that's my husband, Bob, over there. Hey, Bob, this is the band. And then they wave. And then Jake goes, so what kind of music do you guys have here? And she goes, oh, both. And then they go, both? And she goes, yeah, country and Western. And
what?
Right? Yo, who says both? And then Jake.
Also, are they supposed to be in Illinois?
Yeah. But I mean, you can find a country bar, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, it's just funny.
So Jake.
It's not Texas.
It ain't Texas, though, yeah. So Elwood looks over and he goes, Jake, are you sure this is the place? He goes, yeah, I'm sure. They drink a beer, right? And then the Bob guy comes up. He's like, so you the Good Old Boys, huh? He's like, yep, that's us. He's like, well, I'm Bob, and this is my place. I guess you boys want me to set you up, huh? And he cuts on the lights, and you see the whole stage is behind all chicken wire. And they're like, oh, shit. Cut to, you see trucks and cars all pulling in as the night goes on. It's a full house. Uh-huh. The band's on stage, and there's just a rowdy bunch of Texans, like country, like cowboy people, you know? And they're looking at each other.
Good old boys.
Good old boys. They're looking at each other, and the band's like, shit. And Jake has a list of songs, and Elwood's like, yo, man, we don't know any of these songs. And then Jake's like, this list doesn't mean anything. They're just requests. And he throws it, right? He goes, let's go. First tune, give me some lovin'. And the band kicks in. How's it going, y'all? We're the Blues Brothers. He goes, we're the Good Old Blues Brothers, and we're here to give you what you want, right? My temperature's rising and my feet on the floor. You better take it easy, because this thing is hot, and I'm so glad we made it. Give me some love, so glad we made it. And everyone starts booing, obviously.
Yeah, because it's not what they came to hear.
They're like, what the fuck is this? And people are throwing beer bottles at them, and that's what the chicken wire was for.
Well, that's
so the
so
beer
scary.
bottles break. So everybody's just
Also,
doing.
wait, if they had played the right music, they would have thrown beer bottles.
Yeah, but they'd have been happy beer bottles.
Happy beer bottles.
These are negative
What
beer
did
bottles.
someone like make like a homemade bomb with one?
Yeah, oh yeah, a Mazel Tov
Yeah,
cocktail. So they're like, the manager guy's like, that ain't no Hank Williams, right? Get him off the stage. The band stops playing. They're like, fuck, we got to figure something out or these people are going to kill us, man. And then Elwood goes, I got it. You guys remember the theme from Rawhide? And they're like, oh yeah. And they all start playing. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep those streams all rolling. Keep those doggies rolling. Rawhide. You know, and then Elwood's like, I'm in something. I can't do nothing. Hey, 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 Rawhide. And Jake is so pissed. He's not singing along.
Yeah.
He's like, because he'd rather just get booed doing
his thing.
his shit, right? And he doesn't say anything. And then finally, Elwood goes, get him on. And then Jake goes, get him up. Hit him on. Hit him up. Count him in. Rawhide. Count him in. Count him out. Count him in. Count him in. Rawhide. And then Jake gets a whip. Like, right? He cracks it. But he's not wanting to do any of it. He's like,
but he couldn't help himself.
Can't, brother. He can't. The music's good. He can't help himself. You know, so everybody, the crowd goes crazy, right? Goes crazy. And then they go, what about that other song from that other movie we know? And they go, oh, yeah. And then they start doing a slow song. Sometimes it's hard to be a woman. The crowd's like, yeah. And they go even more ape shit. Oh, if you love him, then you'll be proud of him. After all, he is just a man. Bow, bow, stand by your man. Give him 2 arms to cling to, something warm to hold you when nights are cold and lonely. Stand by your man. Crowd. Right? Night ends. You see them ending on Rawhide again.
They did it
Rawhide.
twice.
They had to do it twice.
How many times did they say Rawhide?
Bro, they probably did Rawhide like 5 times.
Yo, if it slaps, man. Gotta keep doing it.
Yeah, if they want it. The night ends. Everyone cheers, right? And the band's like, yo, let's get the hell out of here. These people are crazy. Right then, Bob walks up. He's like, yo, boys, that was the best damn music I heard in a long time. And then Jake's like, thank you, Bob. Well, how about our money for tonight? And Bob goes, that's right. Well, you boys were getting paid $200, and you boys drank $300 worth of beer.
Ooh.
So you owe me $100. And Jake's like, huh, okay. Well, we thought the beer was complimentary for the band. That's why we were drinking it so much. Well, it ain't.
Yo, what is this guy, your dad?
Yo, right? Well, that's just not the case. And Jake's like, all right. Well, Elwood, why don't we go get a collection from the boys outside? And the Bob guy's like, well, I sure appreciate that. So they head outside, and the boys are already talking about quitting the band. Like, this sucks. This gig was terrible. The Blues Brothers come outside, and they're like, yo, they want us to pay for all the beer, so you guys got to split. The band's like, all right, Blues Brothers, we'll give you one more chance, but after that, we're done with y'all. Mm-hmm. They're like, all right, so they leave. And then Jake is like, man, the boys look upset. How are we going to get the Penguins tax money? It's like, well, we got an appointment tomorrow. Let's get out of here before that Bob guy comes out. Right when they're about to leave, an RV pulls up.
Oh, no.
A bunch of guys get out dressed up. We're the good old boys.
Oh, the real good old. Why do they come so late?
Right? Right then Jake walks up and he goes, I'll handle this. He goes, hey, you the good old boys? And they're like, yep, sorry about that. We're running late. We got to head in. He goes, well, boys, I'm a part of the Federation of Music. And he flashes his wallet. I've come to see if you gentlemen are carrying your permits. And they go, no. Well, you can't go in without a permit. And they go, well, how about we bust your teeth in? Because we're going into that place. And they go, well, how about this? You guys don't move from the spot. I'll go talk to Bob. We'll see if we can handle this. As he's walking back to Bob, he tells Elwood, start the car. Elwood runs. He starts the car up. He goes to Bob, and Bob's like, hey, you boys drank a lot of beer. You know you're going to pay me, right? He's like, oh, of course, Bob. My brother's sitting in the car right now writing the check. Actually, I got to go sign the check as well. I like to usually sit inside the car when I sign the check so I can write it on my side of the passenger seat on the dashboard. So that's what's happening. He's like, okay. And he goes and gets in the car. They speed off, obviously. And then he's like, man, and the band's like, those guys aren't from the union. And he's like, man, they owe me money for beer. Well, who the hell are you boys? Why are you all dressed up? We're the good old boys. Oh, God damn it. Cut to, we see the RV chasing them down the street, cocking their guns, shooting out the back of the Blues Brothers window.
Yo!
You know, they see right then the boys are flying as they drive. The cop car, remember the black cop who was like, I'm going to get those sons of bitches. He sees them drive by. He's like, my lucky day. Cuts on his cop car, speeds out, crashes right into the RV.
Tough luck.
Tough luck. Also, the Blues Brothers, I tell you, everything, they're perfect.
Yeah.
And they get out of everything.
Yeah. It's like Ferris.
Cut to, the boys go to Asana. And they see Mari, their manager, and they're asking for gigs. And the guy's like, yo, you need new acts, blue jeans or something else. And they're like, yo, that's not what we need. We need $5,000 fast. And, you know, we need something like, we need any big hall. We can fill it. We can fill any big hall in the country. And he's like, well, you boys aren't the Beatles. And he's like, look, they're asking like, yo, we can do it. I promise. And he's like, well, you ever heard of this fancy ballroom? It seats 5,000. Whoop-de-whoop. It's called the Palace Ballroom. And they go, yo, book it. And he goes, all right, I'll try. He's like, no, book it tomorrow. He's like, that's too soon. He's like, Mari, we're on a mission from God. And he's like, okay, I'll get you the Palace Hotel. And I'll print up some bills. But I don't think you can do it. But if you can pull it off, I want a taste of that gate. Thanks, Mari. And then you see all the band get up at once, and they're all in the steam room. Like, you can't see them because it's a steam room. But when you see, like, when they were all in the steam room, right? Yeah. They're like, thanks, Mari, and they leave. Cut to the old black man, the Cab Calloway guy, the jazz dancer.
Yeah.
He tells all the the little kids at the orphanage that we got to save this place. So you see the Blues Mobile driving through the city, you know, announcing that, hey, we got a big concert at the Palace Hotel tonight. You got to be there. Woo-woo. And the little kids are putting flyers everywhere. Mm-hmm. And they go put one on Ray Charles' store. He puts it up. One little kid, he goes and he's all nervous and he hands it to Aretha Franklin. And she's like, get out of here. And she smiles and she puts it up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And the boys drive all around town and they're doing it all night. So after all the promoting and shit, the car runs out of gas.
Yeah.
Okay? The band gets to the Palace Hotel. Right? We see the brothers. They're waiting for gas. John Candy sees this flyer for, you know, he's a cop looking for the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
That they're performing at the Palace Hotel. He rounds up all the other cops. They head down there. At the concert, you also see the good old boys who also have a flyer. They're there looking for him too, right? You see Elwood, you know, he fills up the car. Cut to him and Jake, they head to the gig, right? Mm-hmm. They're like the last ones there, which is crazy because they were the ones promoting it. Yeah. So the band's looking outside. The palace is packed to the gills. And they're like, yo, where the hell are those boys, man? What could they be doing? They drive to a spot in a tunnel. And they stop and they tell their plan how they're going to sneak in. You see all these cops looking for them, right? So now they're going to have to sneak into the show. Mm-hmm. Okay? The crowd is screaming, we want a show. We want the show. We want the show. Cut to the Cab Calloway guy. He goes, well, we got to do something. He goes, you boys know the song Minnie the Moocher? And they go, yeah. He's like, well, hit it. It's like that jazz, like that James Bond. Like that, right? And you hear the old man go, they're all dressed up super like nice, right? And he's like tap dancing, like doing, and the crowd's going crazy. Because this is also whoever this guy is doing this song, right? Okay. And he goes, hey, folks there, here's a story about Minnie the Moocher. She was a low-down hoochie coocha. You know, she was rough from a tail frail. Minnie had a heart as big as a whale. Hidey, 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 ho.
I don't know this.
You got to go Heidi.
Heidi, 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 ho.
Heidi, 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 ho.
Heidi, 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 ho.
Hody, 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 he.
Hody, hody, hody.
Heedy, 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 ha.
Dee, ha.
It's one of those kind of songs,
Yeah.
right? And the crowd's going nuts. We see the Blues Brothers sneak into the building. They're watching the old man on stage just scatting, performing his ass off. Elwood goes into the good old boys RV.
Why is it there?
It's like outside, parked outside.
Okay.
And he super glues the gas pedal. Puts super glue all over the gas pedal, right? The crowd goes crazy for the guy's song. Cut to them like they're looking around. John Candy and all the police go like, should we arrest the band? He goes, John Candy goes, no, hold on, guys. Honestly, I've never even heard him sing. Let's wait. Just cover the exits for now.
Yo,
which is hilarious,
that's
right?
really funny. Can I ask you a question?
What?
Is John Candy Uncle Buck, or am I just imagining the wrong person? Okay, because that's what I've been thinking it is the whole time. Okay, cool. We
Nailed
can move
it.
on.
We see Elwood, and he breaks a window, and him and Jake, they climb into the bathroom, and they break through. The old man finally notices that the brothers are there on the stage. He sees the brothers, right? And he goes, and now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to bring to you this evening the star attractions. Won't you welcome from Calumet City, the show band of Joliet, of Jake and Elwood Blues, the Blues Brothers. And then the classic Blues Brothers theme was, damn, I just had it in my head.
You did it, and now I'm going back to Ferris.
And they do this whole dance number, right? And they stop, and the crowd does no applause.
Oof.
And they look at each other, and they don't care. They go, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody needs somebody. I said everybody needs somebody to love them, someone to love. I need you, and I need you. And the crowd's now going ape shit, right? These motherfuckers are killing it on the harmonica. Their stage performance is unbelievable. They're just dancing their ass off. I couldn't imagine what this was like seeing this in the theater. It must have been like seeing Ferris, but just so much fun.
Yeah.
Just everyone's dancing, everyone's going crazy, right? And then they finish that number, and they go, this next one is dedicated to the late, great Magic Sam. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, come on, baby. And don't you want to go? No. I said, come on, baby. Don't you want to go? Back to that old sweet place. Sweet home, Chicago. Right? They kill it. They dance their way off stage. Right? As they're dancing their way off stage, a guy comes up like, you guys are hot. I want to give you guys a record deal. They're like, bullshit. He's like, bullshit, you're not. I work with Claret Records. Here's a $10,000 advance. He hands him $10,000.
What?
He's like, we want your first recording session to be with us. And they go, that's a deal. And they go, but how about this? They see the cops all by the doors. They're like, take $1,400, give it to Ray's Music Exchange. And the rest, give it to the band. He hands them the whole stack. They sneak out, right?
Wait.
What?
Why are they giving it to Ray's Music? Oh, for the piano. Yeah.
They didn't pay for it yet.
Yeah. Okay.
So the boys crawl on stage by the drummer and they head out. They go, me and Elwood are making a break. You guys keep playing. And the guy on the drums, he nods. The band just keeps rocking, right? The John Candy's like, where's Jake? You see the good old boys going, where are the Blues Brothers? Right? Everybody's looking for him, right? Cut to them making their escape in the sewers. As they're running through the sewers, Princess Leia shows up.
Yo.
AK-47. They drop down. She misses. She doesn't hit him, right? And then she's like, you won't get away. She finally speaks. You Jake, you slithering mud. You slithering in the mud like vermin. You won't get away with it this time. And she keeps shooting, right? He gets up. He's like, it's good to see you, sweetheart. She's like, you pig. She's like, you know I remained celibate for you. She's like, I stood waiting for you. 300 in attendance. I did like, he was going to marry her. My father set up this for the wedding. My uncle paid for this.
What?
So this is for me, my mother, and my grandmother, and the common good. I must kill you and your brother now. And she holds up
Wait,
her
what
AK.
did the brother do? It's not his fault.
I know. She holds up the AK-47. He walks up to her slow. He's like, baby, please don't kill us. I love you, baby. You know I love you. You miserable old slug. You betrayed me. Baby, it wasn't personal. I ran out of gas. I had a flat tire. Someone stole my car. There were locusts. It wasn't my fault. I swear to God. He takes his shades off. Please don't kill me. And he looks at her and he smirks. And she's like, oh, Jake.
Oh, gross.
And then she just makes out with him. Well, clearly she loves him, and she's been trying to murder him this whole time.
Yeah, that's true. If you want to kill someone, you love them.
I mean, she blew up a whole building.
She did.
They make out. He drops her. He's like, take it easy. And they take off running, right? So they run to their car, 106 miles to Chicago. They have a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's almost dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it. They take off, right? The girl, like you see all the girls and the cops shooting at them, all the cops on their tail, the guys in the RV on their tail. But when the guy gets in the RV, obviously his foot gets stuck. And he flies through through the water. We see the next morning, the boys are still driving towards Chicago. They almost get there. Police have a blockade set up. The Nazis are listening on the scanner.
For them, yeah.
Jake, I got to pull over. He does this super fast turn and makes like 50 cop cars wreck. We see a bunch of cops on horses. We see cops on boats and shit. You hear the cops say, for the apprehension of the Blues Brothers, violence is approved. Like, please do whatever it can to stop them. The boys make it to the city. There's like 1 million cops on their tail. They do some crazy maneuvers, and they make all of them wreck, right? So you see their car starts smoking, right? Their car starts smoking. And right when they make all the cop cars wreck and they get away, the Nazis start chasing them. Like, they can't get away, you know what I mean? And so they're motoring through the Nazis, and they drive through this thing that says construction ahead, and they stop last second, and they reverse the car last second before they go flying off this bridge, and the Nazis go flying by them and go flying off the bridge. And the Nazis, like, the bridge, they're like falling from higher than the highest building in Chicago. Like, it doesn't make sense from how far this car is falling. And it falls and it blasts through the street. The brothers get to downtown. Right when they get to downtown, the car finally blows up, and it when they park it and leave it, it just breaks.
Yeah.
Elwood turns and he takes his hat off in respect. They run into the building. They barricade the door. You see 1 million cops running outside, right? SWAT team, Army, National Guard, like tanks coming up. You know what I mean? They lock the door. The brothers go run upstairs. They get in the elevator. They head upstairs. They break the elevator before they get off. And then they barricade another door and they run in. They finally get to the office where they can pay the tax money, right? There's a sign on the door, back in 5 minutes.
No.
They're like, fuck. So cut to, you see all the police trying to break through all the doors, and they're just waiting patiently. Cut to the police like busting through another barricade. They're still waiting. Cut to the police like all running up the stairs because the elevator doesn't work. They're just sitting there like this. You know, finally a guy comes back and he's like, can I help you? And they're like, we're here to pay the taxes for, the St. Helen orphanage. Here's $5,000. And then you see the cops finally get through the last barricade, and then the guy goes, and here's your receipt. Taxes are paid. Right then the cops bust in. You're arrested. They're good. They don't care anymore.
It doesn't matter. You did your mission from God.
That mission was, Sam, they were on a mission.
From God. We're on a mission from God. Is that how you said it?
Yep.
You kept doing
We're on a mission from God. That's like the famous line. So cut to them in jail. Full concert in front of all the jailmates. Everybody, let's rock. Everybody, come on, let's rock. Everybody on the wholesale block was dancing to the jailhouse rock. Down and dancing to the jailhouse rock. And they're jamming. We were dancing to the jailhouse rock. Everybody on the wholesale block was dancing to the jailhouse rock. That's the Blues Brothers. Cut to all the credits. Everyone's singing the song. We see James Brown singing Jailhouse Rock. The Cab Calloway guy singing it. You see Ray Charles singing it. Aretha Franklin singing it. You see the entire cast, and then you see the entire crew. Everybody involved singing, dancing to the jailhouse rock.
The crew, like the cameramen and stuff.
Everybody.
Yo, that's dope.
Everyone. The Blues Brothers.
That was amazing.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah, that was a lot to tell. A lot of energy.
Oh, my God.
A lot of voices.
So many voices, so many songs, so many dance numbers. Oh, man. Did you enjoy it?
I loved it. You were right. That movie was for me.
They made it for you. It said,
They made that
it said
for me.
dedicated to Samantha Lopez at the end.
I loved every moment of that. I can't wait to watch it in full. I mean, I pretty much did.
You did.
But with all the visuals.
It's a great movie. That's one of the best movies ever. It's still holds up. It's timeless. Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi are absolutely flawlessly perfect.
Also, my favorite Dan Aykroyd is My Girl, so it's just funny imagining like this good dad, doing all
Dancing
this.
his ass off because he's on a mission from God. The writing's great, directing's great, every cameo is unbelievable. I mean, Aretha Franklin, Ray Charles, are you kidding
Crazy.
me? James Brown, like, get the
The
fuck
tap
outta here.
dancing
Dude,
guy?
Cap Calloway. I mean, everybody's fucking believable.
Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher, she's so funny in it. Every scene's great, man. This is a timeless movie. It will always hold up. I'm so glad I got to tell it to you.
Thank you. I'm glad you told it to me.
Dylan Murray, I fucking wore myself out. I'm about to go lay down.
Yeah.
I wore myself out doing this for you, bro.
Now he's got a nap.
I got a nap. But it was worth it, buddy. You picked a great fucking movie. Great fucking choice. You can always pick a movie. Please pick another one because you come with the heat. Beaners, if you want to be Dylan Murray and if you want to pick the fucking movie and you want to lead the charge for the Beans for an episode, email us. Email us at spoilthebeans@gmail.com. DM us on any social media platform. Spoil the Beans on all social media. And it's just $100. $100. And I will tell whatever movie you like. You want to pay extra like some people do, you're more than welcome to pay extra, and you can skip the line. The line is like 20 plus 30 people.
The line is really long.
So
you guys are dedicated.
Well, a lot of you guys also keep skipping the line, which is making the line just stay as it is. So I don't mind it. Capitalism. We love you, Bean Mafia. Sam, we love you.
Aw,
I'm so glad.
I
we had
love
fun.
you guys, and I love you.
And do you love the Blues Brothers?
And I love the Blues Brothers. Thanks, guys.
We're on a mission from God.